Twitch, how you doing? It's Thursday night. It is great to be back, and we're back with another episode of Beat the Backlog. I really have missed streaming to an incredible level, because we have missed so much in the month of October, and with November around the corner, I'm still surprised there's game release after game release. This week was especially brutal if you enjoyed playing a lot of games. If you're a Sonic fan, there were Sonic Forces that came out. Hearing mixed reviews about it. Some people who are the die-hard Sonic fans, of course, are saying it's great, it's always great, and it's kind of a standard, while other people are, giving more of the middle of the road to it's absolutely horrible, because trying to mess with high speed and platforming doesn't always go well together, and we have to add the fact that there is very much the narrative and the throwing in of the fan service character are very much like Dragon Ball Xenoverse. I like the way Dragon Ball Xenoverse handled it, so you can very much have this enjoy being part of a canonical story, or not canonical story, the non-canon story, but at the same time you can enjoy going through all the canonical events and having that little bit of fan service fun. But after that, though, specifically for PC stuff, there was also Neo. So for all the people who really like Dark Souls games, which I'm surprised I haven't picked up yet, primarily because there are just so many other games. Because during the entire month, during our hiatus, I didn't play any games at all, like very little. The only real streaming I did is actually what you quite literally see on Twitch, and the recent weekend of Dauntless that I actually played, which is why I streamed a little bit of Dauntless. I realized I didn't show it in the best light, because I primarily didn't focus on doing hunts. I had to spend, I really wanted to spend more time kind of showing what the game is, my criticisms towards the game, and kind of what I just thought about it in an overall big picture sort of way. But it's great to be back, though. Great to be streaming. And as much as I actually want to still fight into Battle Chase's Night War, it is an RPG. I don't know if I want to actually try and stream it, but there was another game that just came out this week that also has my attention, and it's actually a game we streamed. It's a sequel to a game we have streamed out of all the games we've gone through. And it just came out this week. It's Hand of Fate 2. If you don't know this game, it's actually a dungeon crawler game that allows you to... Actually, you know what? I should actually just simply show you, but the point is, I'm not the only one who's back. The dealer is back, voice acted by the very talented Anthony Scordi, very much on the same level of voice acting as Wayne June, the narrator for Darkest Dungeon. So, why don't we jump on in and see the Hand of Fate 2. I might have to do a little bit of setup of options and stuff because, well, I haven't done much setup yet. I only made sure the game could be captured. Apparently, the game hasn't released its endless mode. This was developed by Defiant Dev. That is a game company that actually produced this, and apparently they're based in Australia. I did actually get a hands-on this back during the PlayStation Experience. Back in 2016. Very interesting to actually see. I never got a copy of the game. Okay, cool. This is great. It's actually already detecting. Well, let's go with man. That's one thing that's, Behind the Fate 2 is always a very unique game. Yep. You've stumbled many miles through this forest in search of the thieves who robbed you. Though exhausted and hungry, you're determined to reclaim your father's amulet. Alright, so we got a few things we gotta take out. Let's take a look at our inventory. I'm actually surprised they didn't have, like, some sort of settings. Just kind of it literally throws you in. Let's see here. Y, inspect. This item is rusty and cannot be sold or exchanged. And riposte between enemy combo attacks. Additional defense from shields is useful against northerners. Okay, so I guess we have some enemy types. Requires 9 hits for a critical strike. Interesting. Item is rusty, so I guess wooden shields are rusty. Use defend to block. I really wish I knew what the controls were. Adventurer's garb. Looks like it's just a tunic. Hood. Offers no protection other than that of the wearer's identity. Alright. So, just a quick recap of the first game. The dealer here was actually our antagonist. We were fighting against the dealer in this unknown location, unknown place, for promises of, wealth and power, and we fought and defeated the dealer. However, now, Hand of Fate 2, the dealer is actually, I guess, our ally in some way, because he is back after 100 years to reclaim his vengeance, and we are his tool of destruction. Let's see here. The leader and the Four of Greed. You finally catch sight of thieves hacking at a large tree and arguing amongst themselves. Let's eavesdrop. Moving forward, you overhear their leaders spouting orders. It simply says, as the idiots walk down the road, you push the tree over and jump out. They'll be too scared to put up a fight and we'll get rich. Why don't we just jump out and stab them? One retorts. Another hooded figure chimes in. Yeah, corpses don't put up a fight either. Frustration arises in the leader's voice. The Empire doesn't care if a few farmers lose some sprouts, but drop a corpse on the royal road and the place will be filled with soldiers before you even spent the coin. We don't need that trouble. Quiet, here they come. You soon spot a group of farmers coming around the corner, bringing their wares to the market. The thieves fell the tree into the path of the unsuspecting farmers and leap out, weapons brandished. Give us all your food. Leap to the farmer's defense. Offer to help the farmers, warning it won't come for free. Help the thieves with their extortion. Interesting. Let's leap to the farmer's defense. You draw your weapon with practiced skill. Well, you hear the leader's voice. You lads handle this. I'll meet you when you're done. Oh. Okay, this is actually pretty cool. Thug, violence for the sake of violence and theft for the sake of money. Thieves attack frequently and evade standard attacks, making heavy weapons less effective. Ah. So left trigger, right trigger is weapon ability. X is attack, Y is defend, B is to bash, A is to evade, and camera. So one thing about this game in terms of the combat, the original used the Arkham City style combat, and that actually got the game a lot of criticisms because it was kind of an oversaturated use of combat because it was simplistic, a very simplistic and yet also easy way. I honestly didn't mind it because I never really played any of the Arkham games, but I think a lot of people, used it and looked at it and it's like, oh, it's just copying it, adding to it. So let's see how it changed. Let's see. Oh. Okay. Right now I could just... Oh, never mind. About to say I could just spam X. Which I kind of am. Oh. Let's see what defense does. Okay, so that literally is defend. The farmers fumble in their haven sacks in gratitude. Thank you, adventurer. I'm sure that after they took our food, they would have taken our lives as well. You fall on the food with a sigh, shoveling bread in your mouth to quell your hunger. Your satisfaction lasts only a moment before you realize your father's amulet is not among the takings. Their leader must have it. You set to your feet, determined to find him. Find the leader of the thieves. Retrieve your amulet. So, you can see here, you can actually look at the map here. This is very straightforward. You actually will simply jump from card to card. Give me 1 second. There's one thing I do want to take a look here at. We'll actually go to the settings. The general, no blood. Apparently, no blood is an option. That's actually very interesting. And there's actually a setting I want to do. Red, green, configure Twitch. This is new. Oh. Oh. Encounter votings. Allow viewers to vote on encounter choice. There's Twitch integration. Oh, this is beautiful. This is something that they did not even talk about at the PlayStation Experience in 2016. We are so doing this later. Not tonight's stream, but from tomorrow on, we will be doing this. I will have even small streams can greatly enjoy. I really hope it's literally just like, even if one person's watching and they vote, it's something that actually can happen. Okay, that's actually really, really great. Let's actually exit that. Let's go to controls here. We don't even have to worry about control vibration. Weapon ability and companion. Oh, okay, so they're artifact and don't know if artifact is spelled correctly. Might be an older English, but that I originally think it's spelled with a Y. Stereo, resolution, full screen, adaptive. There is one thing. Quality preset is high. Actually, how can I go to ultra? Why not? Let's see here. Resolution. Let me play with this for a second. See what happens. Okay, that actually doesn't do much. Although it will do this for a second. Just want to make sure. I know it. All the desktop audio was muted. I am so sorry. That's unfortunate. That is very unfortunate. I am terribly sorry. There's one thing OBS really screwed up on. Is my settings. A lot of things have kind of messed up. So let's go back. I really... Oh, that's so bad now it's muted. Oh well, there's only one thing we can do. We can just move forward. A friend in need. While enjoying a moment beside the fire, you spy a strange figure approaching your camp. It's a goblin, dressed in what must pass for goblin finery. From beneath a filthy fox pelt serving as an ill-fitting wig, the goblin winks at you with wild red eyes. Aha! I've been roaming for hours trying to find you. We must get this over with quickly if I have any hope of getting to all the people on my list before sunrise. It lowers its sack from its shoulder. Now, from within my sack, I can conjure whatever your heart desires. The goblin voice trails off as he examines the sack. Well, I could. If there wasn't a blooming great big hole in it. His head disappears entirely into the bag, and his bulbous nose protrudes from the breach. A new plan, then. The goblin pulls out his last trinkets. A soldier's sword, a warrior's axe, or a shield. Well, why don't we use a soldier's sword? Oh, that's right, you can actually always examine your items, too. Takes 10 hits against northerners, riposte deals 125% damage. The other ones do 21 damage, armor breaker against corrupted enemies. So we have enemy types now. Bash deals additional damage to armored and evade and enemies while they block. Evade cannot be posed. Now we have a shield here. Use defend to reflect attacks from ranged enemies. Only equipped with one heavy weapon. I think for now we'll go with something very simple. We'll go with the soldier's sword. A wise choice. Now I must go. There are others I must visit before I can rest. The goblin runs off into the night, his fox wig flapping into the evening breeze. You can change equipment in your inventory. So, just make sure here, we got a soldier's sword equipped. And let's move on. So every time you actually...
This card has a token. Can you find it?
So there's a couple things. Every time you take a step, you will consume food, but you will also regain health from it. And it said here, there's usually completing cards will unlock a token. Apparently now they're optional if you can unlock it. The one thing I love about this is basically you're telling a story as well. You can, as much as reading as it is voice acted by the dealer. Your journey through a forest is interrupted by an inquisitive child. Are you searching for the forest folk? My uncle says that they used to walk these woods, giving out gifts. I want to find one and ask for a lemon cake. As they dash off to peer under a nearby log, the child shouts back, "Remember, if you meet the forest folk, get me a lemon cake." In the other direction, an eerie song hangs in the air. You attempt to find its origin. Let's see. You follow the song through thicket and stream until you find an open glade bathed in golden sunlight. You find an aged maiden, her posture bent like the boughs of a forest. It's been 12 winters since I had a visitor. Her voice is a whisper, yet it thunders in your ears. You may visit me when you are in need, adventurer.
This is yours now. Even if you lose the challenge, you have earned this token. Nothing could be more fitting now than meeting the mage who started this all. Or at least, started it all for you.
A trail of fallen trees and distraught farmers leads you to the thieves who had stolen your amulet. It seems their infighting has only gotten worse. The bandits surround their former leader, weapons drawn. Everyone will get their fair share. There's no need for violence, the leader implores. Whoever heard of a thief talk about fair shares, spits one. You turn up and boss us around. We've barely stabbed anyone. It's been days since I've stabbed anyone. Days! The leader notices you, approaches, and waves you over. As much as I'd love to continue this discussion regarding stabbings, I'm afraid I have urgent business with my associate here. As he greets you, he whispers, "Keep me alive and there'll be plenty of gold for your trouble." Tell him gold cannot replace the amulet he stole. Tell him he will pay in blood for his thievery. I'm gonna confront him and he stole my amulet. He holds up a finger. First rule of negotiation, never let them know what you want. Kill my associates and I'll gladly return your amulet. Ever reliable, the thieves draw their blades to mug you. The leader hurries away to hide. Give us your stuff or we'll stab you up. Give them... Fight or give them all your food and gold. Well, you want to try and do some stabbing, you can try and do some stabbing with me. You draw your weapon and prepare to deal with the miscreants. Perform a quick riposte by attacking immediately after defending an enemy attack. Interesting. Okay. I guess that's how you riposte. You must defend and then attack. Aha! Okay. So that's a riposte. Alright, no. Definitely not as much time as you can react like you used to. So in the original Hand of Fate, there was a lot of reaction time. You like a very large window. It was very generous. With the battle resolved, the thief leader nods in approval at the carnage before him. He holds out his hand. Then The name is Malaclips, Bard Extraordinaire. His smile fades under your withering glare. Sensing your anger, he raises his hand in surrender. Wait, let's not be hasty. We're on the same side here. I'm an upstanding citizen just like you. I've been working with the thieves, yes, but only for the greater good. No, really, they were killing people before I came along. I know it seems bad, but look. He pulls out an amulet from his pockets and presses it into your hands. All is forgiven, yes? You stare at the amulet. It does not look familiar. Oh? Malaclips says, scratching his head. He opens up a small satchel. So, which one is yours? So we have the lion, the Egyptian, the bull, and the raven. Let's go with the raven. Oh, the eagle. Okay, never mind, it's an eagle. The eagle amulet. That suits you. Very similar facial structure. Say, you know what? I'm lonely. You're lonely. We should work together. You have befriended Malaclips the Trickster. We should probably get to know one another, seeing as we're going to be friends for life, Malaclips says. Tell me, where are you from? Are we actually doing a character creator? Oh my god, we're doing a character creator. Oh my god, we actually are doing a character creator. This is actually kinda cool. Wait, what? Oh, you can actually choose the color. Wow, they really went out of their way on this one here. I guess that's a red. I guess that's brown. Golden. I guess it's hard to tell, actually. I guess... no. Light, that's... was bald. And we... oh, we can actually even move his head, too. That's... okay, that actually helps. Although I wish it wasn't as dark as it was. Huh. I wonder... I want to see something real quick. Not exactly the best of haircuts, honestly. I just wonder, though. No, that definitely looks like it. Kinda wish this would actually say, like, what they were. You can change his amulet. Oh, okay, so there's a hawk, the Egyptian, the bull. Okay, or the eagle. Oh, there's even colors. Like a coat, you get a coat of arms. Ooh, that is... that's tempting, actually. Go with this. We'll actually go with the standard there. There we go. I like the look of my guy. From the Eastern Belt, eh? You don't say. Good sorts from the Eastern Belt. Very trusting. Oh, by the way, we, friend, owe money to Vignus of the Thieves Guild. He's quite angry at us. We should journey to Meyrbridge together and appease him. Gold might help. Although, come to think of it, I'm rather busy. Malaclips eyes a pretty trader hiking up the road. So, it'd be our best interest if you get the gold and I meet you there. Get gold for Vignus. Apparently we're... wow, we've already started this game and we're in debt.
Let us learn what sort you are. Strong? Clever? Wise? The circumstances under which you come here put the lie to that.
You enter a competition of strength at a fair. A gold prize is available to the winner. In the first round of the competition, your opponent is the diminutive Roland, a halfling from a traveling troupe of acrobats.
These dice are another small game embedded in our game.
Huh. Got 10.
Victory. You are learning.
Roland is no match for your strength. He gives a disappointed backflip off the table and collects his meager winnings, then cartwheels out the door. Take your reward from the purser on your way out of the tavern. When you return, you will compete in the next round for a larger prize. So now we actually have some choices here where we want to go, and every time we move a card, it'll actually consume food. So for now, it really wouldn't matter actually, we'll be wasting food one way or another.
The roads have become even more deadly since the Empire has come to power, despite their promises of the opposite.
The road ahead is blocked by an overturned carriage and a woman calling for help. Please help, she cries. I've been robbed by a band of thugs. Is there anything you can do? Assist the distressed woman or refuse to help? Let's help. Let's see. Part of me thinks like, oh, the game, you know, because it's still, I feel like we're still in tutorial land. The game is just saying, hey, here you go. Thank you, the woman says as you help her from a carriage. Please accept this token of my gratitude. You thank the woman and continue on your way. There we go. So we can actually just go backwards. Oh, apparently. Oh, interesting. Apparently, that didn't consume food? It did not. Interesting. It used to, in the original version, it used to consume food.
Water is a symbol for the many thoughts that churn beneath the surface. What is it you're thinking of? What concern is worrying at your mind? Let it fall into the waters beneath.
Man, Anthony, this dealer is such a good actor. Whilst crossing the stone bridge, you suddenly find yourself confronted by a villainous band. You could stand and fight the fiends or throw yourself to the mercy of the river below. Or of Blight. Interesting. Nah, let's stand and fight. We need to learn how to fight. Fighting is important in these games. Despite many ways to make sure that you don't fight, they're still very important. Shambling undead. Inflicted, the first touch of corruption brings forth the darkest elements of their victims. Infected enemies are feeble, causing them to become knocked down when their health is low. Use a finisher before they recover. Okay, so we actually have to finish them off then. Ooh. What? That was weird. There we go. That was... Huh. The finisher's not, Oh. I thought the finisher was left trigger. I guess it must be right trigger. No, I know the finisher was left trigger. What do they want me to do? Having spilled your enemy's blood, you search their bodies for anything useful. Armory gain. A shield or a warrior's axe? We'll take the shield.
A simple defense. You can do better given time.
And they also had gold.
Celebrations in aid of what? You see how quickly the actions of the usurper are turned into tales for children.
Nearing the sleepy hamlet of Dulwich, you find the villagers in the midst of some kind of celebration. Much of the activity concerns a large paper and wood statue depicting a fearsome warrior looming triumphantly over a prone lizardman. I shall ask the local what is going on. A friendly stable hand explains. In a bygone age, our town was beset by half-men, half-lizards. There was no food, no respite, and very little hope. Salvation came in the form of a nameless warrior who hunted the beasts for a little more than a handful of coins and a crust of bread. He smiles warmly at the festivities. We honor the warrior like this. The statue is filled with food and gold, and we take turns smashing into bits with a club. You're welcome to join us. You may keep whatever falls out. Well, let's actually join then. The parade ends in the town square. You watch as the villagers take turns smashing the statue with a club and gathering the food and gold that spills out. A local notices your interest and asks if you would like a turn. We'll watch a local go first. You allow a young girl to go ahead of you in the queue. An act of courtesy grants you the opportunity to see how this works. The crowd cheers enthusiastically as the child smacks the lizardman's ankle with the club and gathers a few coins and a wrapped sweetbread that fall out. It's soon your turn. You accept the blindfold and take the club into your hands. Interesting. Ah, just success. The club strikes the chest of the treat-laden beast. Some gold falls out. You survey the spoils to scope them up before anyone else can. Ooh. Get some gold. I actually am surprised they added Twitch integration to the game. You scramble to gather the bounty that you unleashed. Would you like to try and gather more? Sure, why not? Ooh. First card? Ah, there's a second one. Before you gather anything, a young child shovels the bounty into a basket and scampers off. With your turn over, you leave. Okay, that was actually a no risk. No risk scenario.
Here we come to the end of the beginning. Running errands for mages. This will become a theme, I dare say.
You arrive at Mire Bridge as the sun begins to dip below the horizon. You find Malaclips pursuing a selection of cheeses by the market. Ah, if it isn't my good friend, the adventurer. Did you bring the gold? Vignes has arranged us to meet at the graveyard. Keep exploring, or let's go to the graveyard. You wonder whether the spot was chosen for its seclusion, or for easy body disposal. Vignes greets Malaclips with a sly grin. Looks like you turned up after all, and with a lackey in tow. We had our doubts, you know. Anarchist of Greed. Vignes cracks his knuckles and giggles. Well now, Malaclips, convince me. What's to stop me from cutting off your head today? You reveal your gold as Malaclips scrounges in his pockets for some too. The heavy satchel of riches lands at Vignes' feet with a thud that echoes through the silence of the cemetery. I've lost all my gold. That's our deal done, Malaclips says, worry obvious in his voice. No need for further troubles. I'm sorry, Mal, Vignes grins. You should have known the guild was never going to let you pay with cash stolen from our members in the first place. Alright. So, Blight, Anarchist, and I guess Thieves? Or no, Greed. Greed is the... Greed and Blight so far are the two ones we've come across. We're already fighting a boss already. Vignes the Crazed. Treacherous and greedy. A dangerous combination. Anarchists throw flaming bombs that cause fire damage. Your armor is no use to you here. Whoa! Go. Ah, so the dodging's a little bit slower than normal. Well, now I only have to worry about the boss. Vignes' head disappeared. Malaclip scratches his chin thoroughly. It seems you could do as someone savvy to help you navigate these tricky matters of diplomacy. Like, maybe killing everyone wasn't the best idea. Come, let us discuss our partnership over an ale or two.
Well done. You have cleared the first challenge, and now we can move on to the next.
Completing the Fool. Cardinal Blade. Bastion of Purification. For completing the Fool, we also have the Market Thief. Tarts, Pies, and Exotic Lies. Fork in the Road. And Arm Wrestling. For befriending Malaclips. Malaclips' Problem. And the Trickster. We also got another card. Or another token. For finding the Forest Folk. The Old Maiden.
Welcome to my challenges. Together, we will traverse 22 paths of wisdom and despair in the hope of awakening.
So I guess it's more linear adventures. Complete more challenges to unlock. So now our challenge is with the Magician. So this game is heavily based around cards, and actually it seems like it's holding up pretty well. The reaction time for defending and stuff is a lot smaller this time. I do need to actually check one thing, though. The controls, I'm starting to wonder why I'm not... Finisher, yeah, Finisher was left trigger. That's weird. Weapon ability was right trigger. Okay. Oh. Alright, so that's just must have been me then. Let's go up against the Magician. Oh, right, we have to actually make our deck. Rescue the missing Empire soldiers from a town plagued with corruption. Growing Scourge, prepare to fight corrupted. Avoid Empire, lose gold for every Empire killed. So we have our companion. Select an, who will accompany you on your journey. Magic Shield, Respin Wheel, and Ranged Magic. Interesting. When activated, Malaclips casts a protective shield on you that will absorb a single hit. Optionally respin any wheel gambit, but lose your companion for 3 turns. And cast ranged spells that cause magic damage that ignores enemy defense. Can teleport to avoid damage. Interesting. So the cornerstone of this game, with the foundation, is basically making a deck of things you will actually find on the way. So you can actually add. So we have all these cards here. Very straightforward. Usually ones you'll want to look up with tokens here will add more to your deck, allowing you more variety as you actually play through it. So actually, and then we have our equipment. Apparently we actually don't know what it does. And it actually won't say until we actually equip it. Interesting. Well, since we actually... Let's actually just go to recommend. The Goblin can recommend you a deck from suggested cards. While good, he's no match for an experienced player. It's clear and fill. I'm assuming here just since I only have that much gear.
You may take their recommendations if you wish. They will be sufficient for now.
Yeah, so let's see here. Gain gold and dice. Actually, let's actually take out that one there. Let's see, how many unknowns? Thieves Ambush, gain gold, dice. So it actually tells you exactly what you're getting. Interesting. And gain equipment. Let's actually go with a full unknown deck here. Let's continue. Let us start the adventure.
A casual call to heroism. How many adventures start thus? For 100 years I have thought about nothing but the game. I was defeated. It is true. I became complacent long before then. I thought I knew everything about the game and what it could be. Now you see before you the extent of my research. I have crafted this game anew.
Conversation with a fur trader is interrupted as Malaclypse arrives in a flurry. The whispers speak of trouble at the edge of the Empire. Town of Westwind is suffering against the Blight. Head to Westwind to find out more about Westwind. What do you want to know? I really like this, actually. It's helping you, like, build lore and such. Let's see. Ask about Empire protection. A small garrison is meant to be protecting the town, but apparently they are all either dead, missing, or drunk. What makes Westwind special? I've traveled far to escape the oppression of the Empire. Westwind gave me my freedom, and I intend to return the favor. Ask where it is. Westwind sits on the outer edge of the Empire. While the Empire focuses on the capital, its nobles and merchants, those at the fringes are neglected. Alright. Let's head to Westwind then. You return to the markets and ask if any traders headed to Westwind might need an escort. There are 3 options. A stonemason, a food wagon, or a weaponsmith. Interesting, so you actually get to choose. They really made this a lot more in-depth. Let's go with... I'm actually curious. I'm curious about the stonemason. You hitch an uneventful ride with a stonemason. You arrive at the town of Westwind. To defend the town, you'll need to locate as many Empire soldiers as you can before the Blight invades.
The Empire reaches too far. The North has gone from a loose collection of tribes to something to truly fear.
You find some Imperial soldiers strung up by Northerners. Fight to free them, pay to free them, or leave. We'll fight them.
Let us
Ready
see
your
if
weapon.
the mage can help you here.
I guess my ally is coming with me. Oh, Malaclypse. Magician, a jester, and a vagabond. An activated Malaclypse casts a protective spell that can block a single hit. Companion ability, left button.
If nothing else, I'll get a song out of this.
Oh! Ooh, this is actually a lot rougher. I guess the red is the... I can't figure out what the red does. Okay. Is the red meant to be bash, or is it meant to be dodge? I really wish it... Like, I would think it would be bash. And we got the Warrior's Axe. And a health potion. With the Northerners dead, you free the soldiers. You gain 2 recruits.
In my day, thieves kept their distance. None would pickpocket a mage for fear of failure, or worse, success.
The Market Bazaar is a hive of activity. Traders from across the lands call out to passerby to sell their wares. As the sun beats down on the crowded street, you pause briefly to draw water from a fountain. You feel something tug on the inside of your tunic. Turning quickly, you discover a pickpocket making off with some of your belongings. My money! You jump to your feet and catch a glimpse of the thief as they weave through the crowd. Ooh. Ah, darn it. The tangled maze of people proves too much for you, and the thief makes their escape. So, if you do fail an event... Hey, how's it going, Ninja Zombie Zero? Red is dodge. Thank you so much. That is actually a lot. That is actually very helpful. How are you doing, though, Ninja Zombie Zero? I actually really appreciate that. I find... They showed you the controls, but I don't think they made a good job saying what's, like, when to do what. Although I will say the timing of windows is a lot smaller than in the original. A
Your
lot smaller.
supplies are running low. Make your choices carefully.
The shopkeeper nods to you as you enter. Adventurer, how's the world out there? Buy healing, sell equipment, buy food. Buy food. Ooh. Well, we only need 10, so... Let's see, what's equipment? Way too expensive, that's what. And we will leave.
Your companion has his own story to tell. We must wonder if this is a tale of a hero or a villain.
You're familiar with the first Hand of Fate, so I'm guessing it's the same combat warnings. You know, you're right, actually, but I noticed the notifications are a lot smaller this time around. I played a lot of the first one. I actually streamed the first one of my playthrough of that. You arrive at the city markets to meet with Malclip's associate. You find him sitting on a blanket by the sewer gates. You can't tell whether he's a goblin, a human, or an animate pile of greasy rags. A few wilted daisies and duckweed tied with a rope are flopped on the ground around him. Merc! Malclip calls to the creature, arms outstretched. I have a favor to ask of you, my handsome friend. The greasy goblin man raises a hand to stop the bard's prattle. 10 gold first. You know that. Malclip looks at you expectantly. I don't have enough gold. The goblin man looks affronted. Malclip places a consoling hand on him. Don't be mad, he doesn't know about how our kind work. Merc crosses his arms and turns his back to you. Malclip makes soothing noises. Look here, Merc. We'll be back before you know it with the gold, okay? Ah, that's a shame. Oops, wrong way. There we go.
Here we begin to see one of the small ways I've changed the game. Each challenge differs both in their rules and their objectives. Even those cards which were once the stairs now vary per challenge, as you will see.
The West Wind Tower bell chimes fervently. The town crier bellows. There's corrupted inside the town. They broke through the sewers into Louse Lane. Our brave soldiers have gone down there to sort it out. Let's see. You arrived at the West End's few remaining soldiers huddled at the entrance to its poorest area, Louse Lane. We cannot let the corruption spread. For the good of the town, we must dispose of anyone who has been tainted, even a little. Join the soldiers or keep exploring. Let's join the soldiers. Join in a fight against the corrupted. Oh, this is going to be interesting, having other NPCs around. So then what? So if left trigger's finisher... Oh, the axe is a two-handed weapon. I've given up my shield. Interesting. Oop, that's not the right button. Ooh, that's brutal. Still one little problem with the camera. Oh wait, no, what am I doing? There's a camera. The left analog stick's the camera. What am I doing? It used to be a fixed position. With the corrupted threat removed, you've ensured these soldiers survive to aid the town's defense. I gained 3 recruits. Soldiers help you scavenge what you can from the remains of the poor souls taken by the corruption.
Like a compass, it indicates the truth of all directions.
Ah, so that's what this does. Fire magical blades in 8 directions when activated. Blaze causes 20 damage or 40 damage to corrupted. Bash causes additional damage to the armor. Alright, let's go with that then. Oh good, I needed that. I really needed that. Let's go forward.
They place themselves in these dire positions, and then expect a hero to come rescue them when things become too much.
While patrolling the outskirts of Westwind, you hear the clash of steel and the unmistakable groan of corrupted. Your investigation leads you to a distressed nobleman perched on the roof of his carriage. Thank the gods, I was heading to tea with the Duke Gilbert when we were ambushed. My footmen left me here to fight them off, but the brawl has now dispersed into the forest. The noble peers fearfully at the tree line. If you stay here with me, I can actually, protect me, I can pay. Let's go after the soldiers. Our goal is to actually help as many soldiers as possible, so let's actually focus on the overarching goal. You rush into the town and quickly encounter a squad of Empire soldiers battling the corrupted. 8 Blight. Oh my goodness, they are not joking around this time. I wonder what they're gonna... Well, what color coding was Bash then? Ooh, that's an awesome blade. Prepared for violence in every major direction. Ooh. Ah, so that's what my weapon ability does. Alright, that's actually kind of fun. Alright, the finisher's kind of overkill, but it's nice. Green is blockable, red is not. Yeah, but there's also the bash attack, though. So there's block, there's bash, and dodge. An armory game. Bastion of Purification. Against corrupted, defend causes 30% of your weapon damage to attackers. Let's go with that then.
A shield in more ways than one.
Gain 2 more soldiers. Oh no, we didn't. Ah, darn it, I skipped the text.
In your life, you will have wandered endless intersections, yet this one sticks with you. Why?
How you doing? One more thing.
What is it in your memory that catches here?
Capture soldiers and last stand. You arrive at a signpost detailing the possible path east and west. Oh, I guess it just reveals what's going on. Okay.
They got themselves into this mess. I don't see why you should get them out.
Find some Imperial soldiers strung up by Northerners. Fight to free them. Is it different than the sequel? Yes, it is. It is, This is actually different than the sequel. I know, like, fundamentally, it is the same game that you did play. The narrative's a little bit different. Obviously, new enemies. How am I doing? I'm still kind of trying to go back into my normal schedule. It's really weird getting back to streaming after being gone for over a month and a half. But I'm glad to be streaming back. I'm really, really glad to be doing this. I missed so many games though, from October and November. And even the start of November. I wanted to originally stream Battle Chases Night War, but I don't know if I actually want to stream that because it's an RPG and it's one I really, really want to play. But I wasn't able to actually have the time. Far from the frozen darkness of the far north they come. Northerners can perform combo attacks. Use riposte with single-handed weapons to deal extra damage immediately after you defend. Interesting. Ooh. Oh, they are brutal. One right after the other. I'm glad I used the shield there. Okay, in 2017, you're right. Every single person would be raising their hand. Every single person. You still haven't played Samus Returns yet? I don't own a handheld. I don't need either, actually, but I guess I'll take it. Would you like to equip the shield?
It's a thing you put in front of you so people don't hit you. I'm sure you can work it out.
I have not worked it out yet. There are so many games. There are way too many games that came out this year. With the Northerners dead, you free the soldiers.
Now your chance presents itself. At last, stand in the defense of the peasantry.
Oh, those
noble traits you display already.
Atop the Westfront town is a large bell tower to use the signal, but it will now summon Westfront's defenders to use some of the soldiers you have recruited. Let's search for more recruits. Okay, so that's the ending. Plan to run to Thanksgiving if my workload isn't too massive. I definitely understand that, having the workload.
Always treat those who feed you with respect. Even I stand by this rule, and I have respect for few.
You chance upon a wooden cart, overflowing with pears, pies, and many items otherwise. A wonderful smell wafts from the cart. Malaclips shakes his hand. Poor old Jester, this is why you should never be seduced by the wiles of women. Coin slave, they'll break your heart and leave you selling your lemon tarts with little business sense. The old farmer hawks his wares to a passerby. Tarts, pies, and exotic lies. Jester nods glumly at your approach. What would you like to buy on this terribly dreary morning? I'm actually curious. Let's buy exotic lies. These nomads, you can't trust them. He passes you a fruit that is, by all accounts, a lemon, except that it is the size of a large melon, coming into our land, stealing our hearts. Jester stares with a kind, wistful gloom at the exotic fruits for a while, before he finally decides on a price.
Now you wager for more than mere success and failure. You choose the very stakes themselves.
I decline the purchase. I can't buy that. Jester seems strangely affronted at this. He takes the fruit from your hands and coldly asks you to leave. Jester, what are you doing to me, buddy? Yeah, there's... Like, I even actually went out of my way. I actually bought a Nintendo Switch myself. I don't have the ability to stream it. But, yeah, I also wanted to play Mario Odyssey. There are just way too many games coming out.
Age turns us all. She has done rather better than I in the time that has passed.
The maiden has become the old maiden, apparently. Walking through a shady forest, you encounter a frail old maiden. She stops to greet you. For centuries, I have helped mortals who find themselves lost in the forest. Is there anything that may help you with your journey? Ask for longer life, or ask for supplies, or ask for gold? Well, you might. I think everyone's probably gonna pick up a Switch now if they can't, if they haven't yet. Ask for gold. Ask for. You know what? Let's ask for a longer life. Those max up.
Commerce thrives in even the most unusual of locations.
What the heck? Ooh, a battered helm and a merchant's ring. Interesting. Reveal shops. Only one helm can be equipped. Reveal shop encounters at the start of each new map. Interesting. Any number of rings can be equipped at one time. Yeah, that's honestly the biggest thing, is just having the time to do everything. Let's buy this helmet.
Well, that may help you on the road ahead.
And sell equipment. We can actually sell the shield here. Can also sell the warrior's axe. Probably buy some healing as well. Oh, what good fortune. Full health. Buy food. we don't have to worry about food. At least I don't think we do. Because now moving from card that you discovered no longer deducts food from you. I don't know why, but it doesn't. I'm guessing this is just simply for the story mode. Probably a higher, if they allow you to increase the difficulty later on, it probably will bring back that old rule.
Another chance to redeem yourself. Let's see how
stand.
you handle it this time.
Atop West One Town Hall is a large bell tower. It used to signal the day's end for workers in the mines and surrounding fields. But now it will summon West One's defenders. Do you wish to summon the soldiers you have recruited? Ring the bell. As the night cloaks West One, you can sense the corruption rising from the shadows all around you. You may survey any soldiers you've managed to recruit. You've gathered a large group of soldiers to defend the town. Here's hoping you won't need any more. Blight of Terror and 2-3 of Blights. You must survive till morning, when Imperial reinforcements will arrive. Let's give a rousing speech. Inspired. That's new. Oh, one more thing. I should actually add about this game, since we're just actually now finally seeing the a card selection here. There is now Twitch integration in this game, and I will be enabling it after this stream. So from here on out, viewers will be able to make the option, make the selection. So every time I stream, I'll be streaming this nightly until we've beaten it. I'll incorporate my stream key onto it so people can actually pick the cards. Oh, you heard that. Okay, so you were lurking. Oh, he's lurking. Let's go with one. Ah, damn it. The soldiers appeared unmoved by your words and remained tense and fearful. Damn. This is gonna be a brawl. The terror of Westwind. As the final vestige of humanity are raised, the terror wakes. Use Bash to break the terror's corrupted armor and... That's right, that's what Bash did. It's for the people with shields. Defeat it with a finisher before it regenerates. Interesting.
With all these soldiers, you don't think you could have...
Well, as they say, reduce... Oh. Oh, Bash is just another attack. Okay. And the... Oh, that's... So, wow, Bash is literally to destroy armor. Okay, so it's basically a second attack. That's interesting.
A mighty creature of chaos felled by your power. Does it satisfy you, this bloodshed? Knowing those you destroy were once simple peasants, going about their day.
Never enjoyed playing zombie games. Thank you for making my triumph feel bad about it. Once the corrupted behemoth falls, the rest of the minions flee, their spirits broken. The soldiers erupt in cheers, praising your valor. You can rest until morning, ready to greet the reinforcements with a town already saved.
The magician returns to the deck, but now we only begin our stories of fate, folly, and magic. Do not think I'm satisfied with this, but at least we have a place to begin. Now you have learned the simplest of ways to build your deck. Each challenge will provide its own unique trials. Here are some more tools to keep you in good stead.
The ruby ring. The Valiant Aegis, and the Winter's Bane. Man-Eating Tree, the Gnomish Exchange. Oh my god, it's the Lord of the Flies there. The Lost Boy, the Pauper Plague, Westwind Tavern. I like the music. I actually should probably see if I can get the soundtrack to this game. I was honestly also really hoping that Defiant Dev, and I've been really persistent about this for the few times I've tweeted about Hand of Fate 2. I want a Twitch notification set of Hand of Fate by the dealer for performed by Anthony Scordi. He's the dealer. That's the actor that plays the dealer, and I really want that because I think it'd be pretty just as good as the narrator from The Darkest Dungeon. I am blanking out on his name. I follow him on Twitter. I completely forgot his name. Oh, I'm a terrible person. So if you played Hand of Fate 1, you kind of know what you're getting into. It is literally the sequel, but instead of actually being...
you will find more options open to you. Should you find yourself blocked or overly challenged, take the time to explore the board. Unlocking cards will give you options you have not yet considered.
You're just terrible at I am too to a point. Like, you just have to constantly say it over and over again. This is literally a lapse of memory. 1 second. I am actually just going to look it up. I am sorry. I have to do this now. Actually, what am I doing? Let's just look it up directly. Wow, we are... Okay, there you go. Wayne June. It's Wayne June. That's who we were looking for. A camp? Ooh, this... What's at the camp? It's not a scenario, but that's this new. What, I can just change the way I look? Oh, that's cool. I can actually just openly change the way I look. Yeah, I can literally just change how I look. You can change between a man or a woman, change your coat of arms, change your colors. That's actually nice. S'mores? Man, it's been ages since I made s'mores. Although I'm already running out of all the Halloween candy I bought post-Halloween. I'm already running out. It's terrible. High Priestess. We have 1 companion. A High Priestess counts to collect blessings in order to enter the ritual house at the summit of Mount Freydis and negotiate a treaty with the Northerners there. Interesting. No s'mores? No, unfortunately we don't have s'mores. There's up to 6 encounters. Oh my goodness, there's so many. Lose gold, lose food. Gain food, chance cards. So it even will tell you if there's actually chance cards as well. That's nice. Let's open up that. Let's open up that. Let's see here. Let's go with the new cards. Man-Eating Tree just sounds too interesting. Let's go with the Lost Boy. Let's see what happens. That, and for equipment, I want the Cardinal. Actually, I think... Oh no, we got more. We'll add the Valiant Aegis, we'll add the Ruby Ring. Shield Reflect. Damaging Defense. We'll actually bring that. Bring the Winter's Bane. Yeah, actually, I'm happy with that. So, our goal, though, collect blessings. Tribute gains blessings to increase your chances of success. Do not expect to be welcomed by Northerners whilst treading in their lands. Survive Mount Freitas by restoring life at camp. Alright, let's give this a shot.
You find yourself once again in the company of prayer and religion. How unfortunate. Now it begins. Negotiations on behalf of the Empire. We will see how that story ends.
Malaclypse has somehow roped you into traveling deep into the far north on a diplomatic mission. While I usually refrain from working for the Empire, since this one takes me further away from it, I've made an exception. It'll square my debt with General Brandstrom and help open many doors for you. What do you say? Ask how you can help, ask about the leaders of the raider, ask him more about his mission, ask how I can help. As you know, I have made a great many skills, but my swordsmanship is unlikely to hold up against northern raiders. I know no one else who is more up to the task. There are many clans dotted around, but the supposed leader of them all is the High Priestess who lives up there. Malaclypse points to the top of the soaring mountain before you. General Brandstrom instructed me not to come back until I talk to the High Priestess of the North and offer the terms of the treaty. Is that a ditto face? Ditto dealer? Excellent, bring your sword and let me do the talking, says Malaclypse. I've brought plenty of supplies so we can set up camp when we get hungry. Oh, that's a lot of food. Malaclypse shares a tidbit as you commence your journey. The High Priestess is quite partial to blessings. If you can prove yourself worthy, we'd have a better chance at swaying her in our favor. It's Patty saying, ah. Grit your teeth and begin the ascent.
Ever since I've returned to this world, I've been disappointed. The filth, the shame, the horrors dwell in the minds of men, not in the monsters in the darkness.
Speaking of emotes, actually was a Tall Man Stan just got the offer for an affiliate status, so he could actually become an affiliate if he wishes. So he'll probably actually end up getting an emote soon enough. Westwend's only tavern, the Rusty Razor, is a safe harbor among the many dangers of the outer reaches of the Empire. Its barkeep sits outside his establishment with a look of resigned defeat. Upon your arrival, he jolts straight up and a smile almost breaks out across his face. At last, someone from the guild is here. These Empire soldiers have almost ruined me. Before you can disagree, the owner swings open the saloon and doors and pushes you inside. Inside, you discover a handful of Empire soldiers enjoying ale rather than doing their duty. The freshly invigorated barkeep hops onto a table and shouts above the noise, "You lazy, drunken deserters are done. The Stewards Guild has sent an enforcer here, and now you're all going to have to get back to your posts. This town needs defending." One of the soldiers rises with a slight sway. "We've got 3 days until our shift ends and we return to civilization. So we're not doing any fighting unless they're threatened supply of ale, right, lads?" A raucous cheer erupts and the beer tankards smash together all around. "So why don't you take your shiny little badge and shove off?" The barkeep turns to you. "What are you going to do? Offer a bribe or threaten them?" Let's do a good old-fashioned threatening. You suggest with menace that the soldier should report to duty, with a report to the healer. Of course, I should have gone with my gut. "I won't be threatened by the likes of you," the soldier grumbles as he rises, followed by his friends. Well, they're off to the healer. So, Steel, Blight, Greed. So those are 3 of the decks. Watchmen, taken from the dregs of society, elevated to petty positions of power. Watchmen can block, reducing incoming damage. Use bash to open them up to damage.
Just once. Could we get a quiet break?
Combat's a lot harder in this one, I'll tell you that right now. Combat is a lot more difficult. You're going to have a lot faster reflexes. Cardinal Blade.
A remnant of the Templars and their religious righteousness.
Oh, apparently an axe, too. And let's use this. As the soldiers fall under yet another blow from your weapon, the leader shouts out, "Stop! Alright, we'll do our part. Just stop cracking our skulls."
Be careful where one takes refuge, even in the worst of storms.
Ooh. Your climb becomes unbearable as a ferocious blizzard sweeps the mountain. You seek shelter in a cave and desperately fight off the onset of frostbite. Who says violence doesn't solve problems? I know! When the howling winds ease, you clear the snow from the cave entrance to discover the dark clouds have passed. Malclips forages for firewood, saying, "This log is dry enough. We can set up camp here for the night." I wish your friend used that sweet axe guitar as an actual axe. Unfortunately, Malclips is very averse to fighting. He is a mage and a bard first, not a fighter. Oh, he's a talker. Access to campfire at any time between encounters. The campfire can be used to consume food, trade, or review your mission. Interesting. Alright, well, let's keep pushing ahead first.
The mountain itself pushes you back.
Okay, and that's where the mountain is.
Not every temple has crumbled into the dust, more's the pity.
Make a donation. Gambler's Banquet, Gold Zealot, Monk Vitality, Beggar's Charm, Allies Return. Receive 4 food after every dice gambit. Receive 15 life for every gold card gain you receive. Interesting. If your max life is less than 150, you may discard food gain or equipment cards to gain life. Gain up to 20 gold at the beginning of a new map if you have less than 20 gold. Revive your companion at the beginning of each new map. Didn't even know your allies could die. Apparently they can. Let's go with... gain up to 20 gold at the beginning. No, that's not as good as I would think it would be. For food... let's go with Gold Zealot. Leave with your new blessing.
A lesson in caution awaits us all. Nature, truly wild nature, will not tolerate fury in its domain, unless it is its own.
High up on the mountain, you see the silhouette of a man approaching through the heavy snows. He bellows through the roaring wind. Who dares trespasses in the sacred grounds of our priestess? Hidden riders spring down the mountain with the dexterity of mountain goats. I gotta say they added combat, but man, you really need to step up your game when it gets to fighting. I gotta remember these, so like they really made the fighting a lot more difficult. Although, they still do the clipping, which is pretty funny. Winter's Bane. Same amount of damage. Performs a powerful strike that causes knockdown to Northerners. Enemies in knockdown can be defeated with a finisher. Against Northerners, riposte deals 150% Let's go with the Winter's Bane. Ooh, actually, I'm torn here. What? I rejected both cards. I'm a dummy. Good job, me. The clash of steel rings out, echoing through the peaks. The mountains answer with a low, ominous rumble as a wall of white rushes towards melee, sweeping away everything in its path. I find it funny you can actually move the dice. Oof. You seek shelter against a bluff, pressing close to the rock face as the avalanche roars overhead. When the trembling stops, you are miraculously unscathed. Your assailant's weapon juts from the snow. As you near, you realize it's clenched in his hand, his body buried to the wrist by the avalanche. Let's dig him out. You brave the cold and free the raider from his icy grave. He takes a moment to catch his breath and says, "You saved me, though we are enemies by blood. Take my blessing and leave me to my thoughts." After all your rerolls in the dice gambit, reroll your lowest dice. Nice. Well, that's 2 of the blessings.
In the cold, men become desperate. Women hold these mountains together, even through the worst.
The climb becomes unbearable as a ferocious blizzard sweeps the mountain. You seek shelter in a cave and desperately fight off the onset of frostbite. Ooh. I guess we can set up camp here, then?
Campfires will always offer warmth and heat, but they also change with each challenge. Be prepared.
A figure appears out of a swirl of frost and snow. It is a northerner. "I come in peace," he says. "I make the pillage to the High Priestess. I mean you no harm." Without waiting for approval, he slumps down beside you and warms his hands by the fire. "In my youth, I once fancied a northern warrior. He almost cut my head off when I serenaded her." Malekith plucks a mournful note on his lute. "Young love, hey? Food?" "Yes, cook food." Malekith sits himself to new, offering a sip of warm honey wine. The last time I was on Mountain Freydis, was when I got very drunk and lost a bet. Change appearance, review mission, break camp. Huh. Interesting. I wonder what trade does. The pilgrim offers what he can. Oh, so I took the blade anyway. I just didn't equip it. Okay. Both are tempting. They both do 18 damage. I'll keep them for now. Buy food. How much is selling food for? For 11. What does he have? Gain 10 max life while you have more blessings than curses. Interesting. Actually, that's worth selling then. We'll sell... We'll try the Frostblade. I just want to try it.
Valuable for purely financial reasons, if nothing else.
And let's actually cook some more food. And break camp. And this is just the start. Okay, so you can access the, can access your inventory at any time. Oh, had a feeling that was it. I had a feeling you had to actually equip it. There you go.
Will you push on despite nature itself? attempting to thwart you. Witches I will tolerate. They have at least stepped into the streams of power that magicians call home.
As you ascend the snowy mountain Freitas, you happen upon a cottage with a pungent smoke wafting out of the chimney. A frail old lady sweeping snow off the path beckons you to come in. We've come in search of the great High Priestess to deliver an important message, says Malaclips. You'd better go bearing blessings if you want to get on the High Priestess's good side. I'm fixing a batch right now if you'd like to taste. If I got it right this time, you can take it to her, she says, steering the cauldron. Malaclips politely declines. I've been watching what I eat, but my companion here has an insatiable appetite, he says, nudging you forward. Adds +1 to each of your dice after the dice gambit. You take a sip of the aromatic potion and feel a warm, fuzzy feeling throughout your body. Looks like my recipe is a success. I'm sure the High Priestess will appreciate this one. We thank the old lady and continue up Mount Freitas, paying no heed to the brewing blizzard.
A grand opportunity for you to take whatever pleases you and go about your day.
Heroic sacrifice. Prior to combat with 2 or more monster cards, optionally discard a basic monster card but lose your companion for 3 turns. Let's not lose our companion here. And let's actually go with the Beggar's Charm now. Because now we're very much likely to get the
It's hard to conceive
get the gold.
that either of us were ever such.
He's just a small child, you overhear. A deeper voice growls. We have to take him to the dungeons or else he'll run straight to whatever northern clan he spawned from and show them where our outpost is. It's a shifty-looking kid. I wouldn't trust him as far as I could throw him, says Malaclips. You consider the boy's face. Save the boy or offer to take the boy to the dungeon? Let's save the boy. Unsheathing your weapon, you demand they let the boy go. Musket of Steel. Interesting. Empire soldiers are unmoved by your threat. I really probably shouldn't be doing this much fighting, actually. But I'm just curious what the Lost Boy could give us. Musketeer. Deadly at a distance. Only the most skilled are recruited into musketry. Musketeers fire heavy attacks, defend with a shield, else evade for your life.
Once again, good intentions end up with people trying to hit.
And take care of the Musketeer. Oh, you can cancel your attack.
I see it. Fate is Spain.
Ooh, that is heavy duty. I actually like the changes. I like a lot of the there was a second Musketeer. I thought there was only one. How dare you, sir? I actually like that. Instead of just simply, you know, getting hits and whacking up your weapon, you actually have an ability that you can activate. I kind of question the controls, though. As you check on the unconscious guards, you notice the boy looking at you warily, as if sizing you up. I like how you can play with the dice. I'm sorry, this is novel to me. Oh, thank goodness I chose. I got a good blessing. He fiddles with the little dried plant hung around his neck nervously. Okay, I will tell you. It was an Empire ambush on our village. I ran with Mother. We got separated. He wiped some tears from his face angrily. But I'm not afraid. I'm of the clan Catsfoot, and we are great pathfinders. I will find my way home. The boy tells you what he knows of the area. Nice, map reveal. Ooh. Oh, that kinda sucks. The small northerner boy refuses any and all help. You only wish him luck as his small form disappears into the forest. Oh, that sucks. But I guess that makes sense for them giving you all your food. And now we can set up camp. Interesting.
Strange things still exist. Do you not see the beauty in this plant?
Oh, it's our first time playing it.
Still remain. Treat it gently.
We'll do as many encounters as possible. I mean, this is our first time playing through it. We're gonna try and beat it as well. There's no reason for me not to do it. High on a misty mountaintop, you discover a vicious-looking plant. Its gaping mouth looks more than capable of shredding you to pieces. But at its base, you notice some unusual fruit. If you throw something, you may be able to distract the savage mouth, and thus allowing you to steal from fruit. Throw a piece of equipment to distract the mouth. Keep your equipment. So basically, it's asking for food. The sad part is we already threw all our equipment. I can't do this one. And it doesn't seem like there's a reward for it either. I'm gonna keep our equipment. You look for something suitable to the ground to throw, but quickly lose your way in the mist. At least it's not an adventure-eating tree. It may not be an adventure-eating tree, but it's still something... Let's see. I look at my inventory, I don't have anything else to throw aside from the ring and the Winter's Bane. Because the Neglected Sword and Villager's Axe are default, you can't discard them. And this game hasn't exactly given me a lot of items. So now that I know that, that's for food. Or at least I'm deducing it's for food. Another blizzard. Oh. Berserker of Frost, Trapper of Frost, and the Two of Frost. They're not the sort you'd want to be in such close quarters with. Oh, this is the problem. Well, at least we have the Frost Sword. I love the effect. I wish I could actually get that type of effect. That's nice. Berserker, fueled with rage and determined to destroy. Berserker weapons are imbued with ice that slows their enemies' movements and attacks.
Don't let them hit me! I'm too handsome for violence.
What? I see. Oh, I see. You lose your stuff if it actually, What? Had a feeling I'd lose them. Left button? Okay, so that revives him, so you can revive your allies. So you can actually, thankfully, also dodge your way through. And apparently your special attack takes priority. Ooh, that was rough. Oh, thank goodness, a health potion. Alcliffe's Forge's firewood. Let us... Camp. Food for sale has refreshed. Equipment for sale has refreshed. What's he selling now? Valiant Aegis. Defend adds 1 to weapon charge. Interesting. Every third step does not consume food. Actually, that's a very interesting shield. Yeah, I only have the Ruby's Ring and Winter's Bane. I want to at least cook some food.
The mountain is unforgiving. You would not
I
be
should
the
have bought-
first to die upon
I should have
its
bought money. I should have bought... Oh, no. Well, let's see what the blessing does, actually. Oh, 12 gold. Okay.
Old witches. I have a fondness for them, but I would not trust them.
Further up the mountain, the blizzard becomes so intense you barely see the tiny cottage. I've received word from my sister's hawk and have been expecting you. I may not be as skilled as her, but this blessing potion I've whipped up is my best yet. You think it's good enough to take up to the High Priestess, she says, blowing the steam off the simmering bowl. No, it's not a bond, it's a payday loan. You should know better. This is Hand of Fate. Everything costs everything that you get back always costs more with interest. Deft Eye and Second Wind. Ooh, the risk is so high. Nice. Reduce the speed of a wheel gambit? I never come across a wheel gambit. Take a sip of the aromatic potion, feel warm and fuzzy. Looks some success. Thank the old lady and continue up the mountain. Alright. And a blizzard, of course. I look forward to seeing how this actually works. Well, we're boned. Only special enemies. That's a lot of trappers. On the frozen plains, prey are few and far between. The keen eyes of a trapper sees all. Trappers throw hunting traps that snare the targets. Use evade to avoid the traps or change move direction rapidly to break free.
By sea and sun, fate and fame.
Damn it. Oh, so they can attack. Should have realized that. That's a long range to allow an execute. That's a very long range to allow an execute. Additional food. As the blizzard eases, the intruders make their escape. Keep going. Let's see, what would be actually be the best way? Actually, yeah, it would be this. The Market Thief. The Market Bazaar is a hive of activity. Stole 10 of my gold. I shall find this thief. I shall find the thief. I did not find the thief, damn it. Let's see. Guess it wouldn't matter. Actually, no, it probably would. Go here.
These are the choices that make the hero or the villain.
That sword example. I actually like it because it is taking priority over everything, so it avoids damage, it avoids that, so your special abilities are clearly something you want to get used to using. The town crier announces the Empire seeks mercenaries to join the battle against the corruption. You seek out the watchtower where recruitment is taking place. You arrive in time to hear Sir Malefol's plan to wipe out the Paupers district. The outbreak began there and we cannot risk sparing any of their lives, he says. Sir Malefol the Green leads the mercenaries to the Pauper district, where the poor and sick have been walled off from the rest of the city. As you hear the wailing of the corrupted, Sir Malefol gives his command to charge. I can fight the corrupted, or I can refuse to kill the paupers. What do you think, guys? Should we fight them, or should we kill them? I'm honestly curious about what your choice would be in this scenario. I really actually like that. Like, that's definitely one thing that fits very well with this game. Do we want to fight him, or should we kill him? I'll take the first answer I see. Refuse to kill the paupers it is. Your refusal does not sit well with the Imperial soldiers. Traitor! One of the soldiers shouts. The Imperial soldiers surround you, shackles at the ready. You draw your weapon and prepare their wrath. Heavy weapons are recommended against the Empire. You can change your equipment in the inventory. I'm not gonna worry about that. At least I know what refusing to kill the paupers do. I do kind of miss the showing the graphic of your character getting equipped, though. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Winter's Bane, used to defend those in need. Where's the musketeer? That window of reaction time is a lot smaller. And also, I should mention, you can also cancel your attack. Okay, that also breaks the guard. And apparently Bash does not stop their attack. Bash does not stop their attack. That is good to know. Fearful of your wrath, the rest of the soldiers retreat. You spot a peasant woman with a child hiding behind some barrels. You lead them past the wall, past gatekeepers who look pointedly in the other direction. Bless your heart, she says, holding back tears. Please accept this token of our appreciation. You gain 2 fame. I don't know what fame does. Well, at least I got a lot of food. Let's actually use it then. I don't want to take a chance. Yeah, no, we're not getting that anytime soon. And let's just go back up to 100. At least you can always camp. That's actually interesting.
Now the confrontation. Are you ready to face the priestess of her people and drive the deal the Empire has requested? Or will you turn and flee?
Turn and flee. Honestly, it was what was ridiculously long? Oh, well, I have the 10 gold. Malaclip steps forward as Merc counts the coins. Merc, old bean, the bard looks furtively around before quickly wavering at his shoulder. I require help in moving a certain illness. I never did! Merc considers Malaclips for a while. That kind of information costs more than a few coins, you sputter indignantly. I require a test of skill from him. He turns and points at you. Pick a flower and eat it. The greasy florist displays his meager wares. Malaclips nods as if it was a fair request. Eat a daisy, eat a forget-me-not, or eat the luminous purple flower. Countering attacks. You're right, the window was long in favor of the player. Let's eat I honestly want to eat the purple flower. The flower has a crispy, burnt texture. 2 rolls remaining. Ooh. The 1. We'll re-roll it. Divine Intervention. Merc watches eagerly as you begin to choke. Malaclips, for his part, shows some sign of concern. Your eyes bulge in water. Suddenly, someone begins slapping you hard on the back. You cough and a hard lump falls from your mouth. It's a solid gold statue of Merc. Malaclips cheers while you catch your breath. Merc nods, happy with the results. He beckons Malaclips closer. Of those of us left, you should seek Ira of the Veil. She may know something of the cure. Thus I heard she's hiding out in the underneath.
Let us discover what the next chapter in our dear bard's tale will be.
Oh no, not her. Malaclips straightens his neck shawl nervously. The greasy goblin man giggles maniacally. Yes, her. She'll likely eat your bones before she lets you speak. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a business to run. With that, Malaclip's associate turns away and hurls a bouquet at a shocked passerby. Flowers! Fresh flowers! Buy 'em or I'll eat your eyes! I'm guessing an avalanche.
Of notice, the very lands beneath your feet can slide away. Life is filled with surprises.
High up on the mountain, you see a silhouette of a man approaches through heavy snow. He bellows through roaring wind. Who dares trespass in the sacred grounds of our priestess? Alright, just another battle. I fear not these northerners. I kind of wish they gave more detail as the origin of your character.
Who dares venture? None less than the amazing Malaclip and assistant.
And assistant. Gotta figure out how to stop that combo attack. Get out of here. Oh no! Malaclips got hit by the bellows. Ah, darn it. I pressed the wrong button there. I thought I could dodge the attack. You're the only one left. Yeah, I guess Bash really doesn't do anything unless they actually are like an armored opponent. That's a little disappointing, honestly. I was expecting Bash to kind of be like another way to counterattack.
I have little trust in artifacts that breathe, myself.
No reason why I shouldn't use it. Clash of steel rings out, echoing through the peaks. The mountains answer with a low, ominous rumble. And now for the avalanche. Avalanche! I'm actually curious what it's like to fail one of these rolls now. Cheek Salter. Let's see, retrieve the weapon or dig him out. We'll dig him out. I really want to know what this fame stat does. And I get a blessing. Nice. Score the exact target value in dice gambits to draw equipment cards. Interesting. That's an interesting blessing. The winds clear the dark clouds to reveal the spire of a ritual house protruding from the summit. We press on through thick snow to find the wooden structure adorned with spoils of war. As you enter the hall, the towering arched doors swing open with a heavy creak. A giantess in a velvet robe enters, accompanied by raiders. Malaclypse bows low to the ground. My companion and I have been sent forth to discuss a truce between the Empire and Northerners, milady. I'm okay with giant women. Or tall women. So they send me a silver-tongued devil and his mercenary? I hope for your sake you have a decent offering. You kneel before the High Priestess. Your offering will suffice, says the giantess, but if you prove to seek to make a deal on behalf of the Empire, you must prove yourself against my champion. Now I'm honestly curious what it's like if you fail the mission requirements. Her raiders charge towards you. Of course, one more battle for good measure. Ooh, imagine if I had to fight her. Ooh, that'd be scary. Ooh. Berserker Champion. Fierce, loyal, and relentless. Champion of the High Priestess. Berserker weapons are imbued with ice that slow their enemies' movements and attacks.
Why do you always end up enraging the locals?
Ah, darn it. Oh, this isn't good. Finish her off. Makes an audio clip of him falling down the mountain. Ah, darn it. I like the little additions to the combat. It definitely makes things a whole lot livelier. You've done well. Now hear my terms. The High Priestess draws herself up, a towering figure draped in fur and wrath. The North will never bend to the Empire. Blood for blood for blood. Those are my terms. Small one. Let your leaders hear it and quake. With that, you make a quick descent to relay the message back to General Brandstrom. Ah, well. I'm a wonderful diplomat, apparently. Lately, we're meeting a lot of... You know, it's ironic, I'm a hawk. But I'm just meeting hawkish people. For besting the High Priestess's champion, the Humble Hammer, Berserker's Creed, and the Extinguisher. Winter Solstice, the Burning Building, the Temple Prayers, and the Cartographer. For ascending Mount Freitas, your supplies have been added to. Buy food, the Warrior's Axe. Ooh, there's a token on weapons now. And the soldiers. Wonder why there's tokens. For gaining favor with the High Priestess. Oh, so you get a token for completing her request. Or completing the mission objective. That's actually nice. For gaining favor with the High Priestess, Dark Grove Ring, and the Shrine. Ooh, I wonder what the Shrine does. And there's Malaclipse's... Nope, no, for clearing out the Rusty Razor. The Friendly Innkeeper. For convincing Merc to help Malaclipse. Yeah, I'm actually curious about that. The underneath. Something tells me you have to continually complete each of the challenges, like the mission objective, to actually get this selected. Some more unlock. But I think that will do it with us tonight here. I usually, like I said, I can only stream a couple hours a night, and I think this will be a nice, interesting, definitely an interesting project. Alright, one more thing. Have yourself a good night. Hope you have yourself a good Friday, and I believe also a good Memorial Day. That's actually also coming up over the weekend here. But this is going to be where the stream ends with me. So why don't we take a look at see who else is currently streaming at the moment. Actually, surprisingly, someone actually moderated for is actually still going. I'm a little surprised by this. Normally he doesn't usually stream around this time. But I just, as a disclaimer, I mod for him. It's actually Force Gaming. He's playing a player known as Battlegrounds. He usually streams with Gmart and Krendor. So I'm gonna give him a host once I close off the stream here. But like I said, though, definitely liking the game so far. Added nice little nice additions to the combat. Definitely requires a lot more, a lot faster reaction time. Makes you actually earn the benefit of the weapon by actually making sure you can actually consistently hit your weapon. Still a very simple combat system, though, and I'm okay with that. But the reaction time, you definitely gotta step up your game. And they definitely are not afraid now to throw hordes of enemies at you. And I like the little additions of the allies and such, and I look forward to seeing what else is about this game. I'll add Twitch integration, so for anyone's watching, I want to see how that actually runs. I looked on the website. I was actually curious about that before I even streamed. I didn't see any details about it in depth or anything like that, so I don't know exactly how it's going to work. But I'm definitely going to add it and see how it goes, to see if I still have executive control or not. But until then, though, I will see you tomorrow. Have yourself a good Friday, hopefully a good end of your week. But until then, thank you very much for watching, and take care.